Okay, today we're going to look at 7th grade lesson 5.3, using percents in the real world. Now, there are a lot of ways that you will encounter percentages in the real world, and the way you deal with them is generally the same for all of them. I'm just going to show you how these individual specific instances work. And so the goal is I can solve multi-step problems involving percentages. We're going to be looking, like I said, at a lot of different situations. Now, to start with, we've got vocabulary. Now, some of this you're probably familiar with. For example, tax, that's an amount added on to the cost of an item. It's based on the percent of the cost. You know, we have to pay sales tax. That's the tax. We're going to show how you calculate tax. Tip is extra money you're going to pay for services rendered, like to a waiter or waitress at the end of a meal. I'll show you how to calculate that. Discount is the amount that you take off of the price of an item. Sometimes it's because the item's on sale. Sometimes it's because of a coupon. And then the ones that you're maybe not so familiar with are interest. This is extra money paid or earned when you're either borrowing or loaning money. And it's based on a percent of the original amount, and it's calculated on a yearly basis. So you may have a savings account that earns interest, and it earns interest because the bank essentially is borrowing the money from you. Your parents might have like a car loan or their house mortgage that they have to pay a certain amount of interest on, and that is extra money that you have to pay whenever you're borrowing that money. And then finally, markup. Stores use a markup. It's a price increase made by a retailer, that's like a store, in order to make money above the cost to manufacture the item. And so it costs so much money to make a shirt, and then they sell it for a little bit more. That extra amount that they sell it for, that's the markup. So we're going to be looking at a lot of examples that cover these different items. For the most part, though, you solve them in the same basic method. So let's just jump right in. Here's example number 1. A bicycle is on sale for $189.50. The sales tax rate is 5%. What is the total price? Now, in this case, I have the total cost of the bicycle, and I have the percentage of sales tax. To calculate it, all I have to do is multiply. This is just like the percent equation we were working on. So is equal to the percent as the decimal times of. That same thing. So we're going to look, x is equal to 5% is 0.05 times 189.50. That gives me 9.475, which would round up to $9.48. And then I add that on to the 189.50 to find my total price, because it's asking for total price. The total price here is going to be $208.98. Let's look at example 2. Rosa and her friends are eating out for dinner. The bill was $45.80. They want to leave a 20% tip. How much should they leave for the tip? So again, we use that percent as a decimal times of, because here I have the total cost of the bill, $45.80. I have the tip, the percentage, 20% tip. I can just multiply them to find what the tip should be. So 0.2 or 0.20 times 45.80, this gives me $9.16. And in this case, I can just stop there because it's just asking how much should they leave for the tip. They should leave $9.16 if they want to leave a 20% tip. Now, example 3 gets a little bit more in depth. So the Rodriguez family went to dinner at Pasta Palace. Mr. Rodriguez ordered a meal for $6.25. Mrs. R ordered a meal for $7.50. The two children ordered individual pizzas for $4.99 each. The sales tax rate was 7.25%, and they left a 15% tip. So how much was the total bill? Here, I first have to find how much they're spending on the meal. So add it all together. Remember, two children at individual pizzas, $4.99 each. The total cost of the meal was $23.73. Now I'm going to multiply that by first the sales tax, 7.25%. So 0.0725, because remember we take the decimal and move it 1, 2 places. So I get a 0 in front. That tells me that the tax is $1.72. I'm not done yet though, because now I have to find the tip. So I'm going to again multiply the percentage times the total amount, 23.73. So 0.15 times 23.73, that gives me a tip of $3.56. So the total bill, including tax and tip, add everything together, it's $29.01. Now, there is a slightly faster way to do this. Because both the tax and the tip were based on the total of $23.73, I can, instead of figuring them out separately, add them together. So 15% for the tip plus 7.25% for the tax, I'm going to be paying a total of 22.25% in addition to my regular bill. So I can just add together my two percentages and then multiply that new number. Now that only works because they are both based off the same amount. Both the tax and the tip are being figured off of this amount of $23.73. If it were a different amount there, we couldn't do it. But since they're both being multiplied by the same amount, I can add them together to start with. This is using the distributive property. So 22.25%, move my decimal 2 places to the left, 0.2225 times 23.73. That gives me a cost of $5.28. So it's $5.28 added onto their bill. Well, add $5.28 to $23.73, you get $29.01. So you get the same answer both ways. That's a method that you might want to choose, that you maybe might use to help you out there. Okay, let's look at example 4. Cost $129.50 to construct an iPhone. The Apple Store sells them at a 400% markup because they know that middle school students will beg their parents for one, so they can. What is the sale price? Here I have a percentage, I have the total cost, I just multiply. So 400%, that's going to be 0.4 times $129.50. That's $518 markup. Now we have to go back and add the markup to the original cost. This $518 is how much extra they're charging. I want to then add that on to the cost to construct it, and I get $647.50 for the iPhone. Now this, I believe, was the 6S that I used as the base price. So it's going to sell for $647.50, 400% more than what it costs. Example 5, let's look at a discount. Now here we've got a snowmobile priced at $2,800, that's the total cost, and it's on sale for 20% off. So this time I'm going to be taking away the extra money. Again, I'm going to use the, I moved. I'm going to use the multiplication. 0.2 for 20% multiplied by 2,800. That's going to give me $560. So $560 is what they are taking off. I take that away. The price is going to be $22.40, but that's before sales tax. I have to figure in the sales tax now. So go back. Sales tax is based off the price $22.40 times 0.0825 because I moved the decimal 2 places. I'm going to pay $184.80 in sales tax. So my total cost, when I add together the price from it being on sale to the price that we get from the sales tax, it's going to cost $2,424.80 total. So in this case, we couldn't combine the two percentages, not like the one with the restaurant, because in this case, the 20% off is coming off the original price. The sales tax is being based off of the sale price. In the restaurant example, both the tax and the tip were being calculated off the same amount. So that's something to keep in mind. You can't always combine the percentages. Okay, so let's look at one that's a little bit backwards. Lisa's store collects 5% sales tax on every item sold. If she collected $22 in sales tax, what was the cost of the items her store sold? Well, in this one, I set up a proportion. Okay? We've got a 5% sales tax gave her $22. So I set it up 22 over X is equal to 5% over 100. Because in this case, the $22 isn't the total amount that she sold. This is what she got from the sales tax. This is the 5%. This is what she earned off the 5%. To solve this, I cross multiply, so 5 times x is 5x, 22 times 100 is 2,200. Divide both sides by 5, x is equal to $440. So she sold $440 worth of items. She collected $22 in sales tax, which does make sense. Okay, we're looking at the last two examples, and I know this has been a lot. We're going to spend a couple days on this, but because the process is all pretty similar, I wanted to put them all together. So now we're going to look at interest. Now, the thing to remember about interest is it is calculated on a yearly basis. So when you look at that percent, that's the percent that you're going to make over 1 year's time. Okay? So what is the interest earned on $350 invested over 4 years at 5% interest? We're going to use our equation. So we're going to multiply the percent, 0.05, times the amount invested, $350. That gives us $17.50. And that's our answer. That's the interest earned in 1 year. Now we wanted to find over 4 years. So $17.50 times 4, we're going to earn a total of $70 interest. Now this is simple interest. Technically, every year you're adding that extra $17.50 on, and so every year the base amount that you're basing it off of is increasing. We're not going to be messing with that. We're just going to look at simple interest. So they earn $17.50 every year. Multiply that by 4 years, earn a total of $70. Last example. Thank you for hanging with me. David invested $1,000. What would that money grow to over 18 months at 5.5% interest? I'm going to start off. I've got the whole amount invested. This is my total. This is not the amount made on the 5.5%. This is the total. So I'm going to use my equation. 5.5%, move the decimal twice. That's 0.055 times 1,000. 0.055 times 1,000 is 55. So that's $55 every year. Now this is over 18 months, so I'm going to have to convert that 18 months into years. Some of you may already know what this is. If you don't, just take 18 months divided by 12 months per year. That's 1.5 years. So $55 every year times 1.5 years is $82.50. So the amount that he makes in interest is $82.50. Add that to the original $1,000 he had, we get $1,082.50. Now I know that was a lot. I know that was a very long video. Like I said, we're going to be working on this for probably a week. I wanted to include everything in just one video because it's all basically the same process. For the most part, you're going to be multiplying your percentage times your total amount, and then you'll either add it or subtract it, figure out what else you need to do. But for the most part, that beginning step is going to be the same. So if you have any questions, we'll go over them tomorrow. And like I said, we're going to break this down over a couple of days because I know that was a lot of information.